Whether you're seasoned cruisers or first timers, you've probably heard a lot about tropical cruises, but Alaska, it's a whole different vibe. Is an Alaska cruise really worth it, especially for couples like us who love a mix of luxury and adventure? Let's be honest, when you think cruise, Alaska probably isn't the first thing that comes to mind. You're most likely picturing sunny skies and warm beaches and crystal clear waters, right? And that's exactly what we had thought too. But then we started hearing stories about Alaska's rugged beauty, the incredible wildlife, and experiences you just can't get anywhere else. And that got us thinking, maybe we've been missing out on something epic. So we booked our first Alaska cruise and dove headfirst into this icy adventure. My name is Josh, welcome to our channel. Taylor and I have been on 25 different cruises. So if you've got questions about cruising or Alaska, make sure to leave them in the comments below. But more importantly, we want to hear from you. Have you sailed to Alaska before, and what do you remember most from that trip? If you haven't sailed to Alaska, let us know why. And hopefully, or maybe, we can change your mind today. So what is the deal? Is Alaska the hidden gem of cruising? And we're gonna break that down for you today. Everything from the incredible scenery to the activities you have to try. Plus some real talk about the challenges that come with this type of trip. Let's start with the biggest draw of any Alaska cruise. Those are the jaw-dropping views. Alaska's scenery is unlike anything that we have ever seen. You're sailing through narrow fjords, surrounded by towering mountains and ice-blue glaciers. We're talking landscapes that look like they're straight out of a nature documentary. And it's not just the landscape, it's the wildlife. We've seen dozens of bald eagles, whales, sea otters, and even orcas. The orcas we actually saw from our balcony when we were leaving Glacier National Park, and I mean, these are great memories that we'll never forget. Oh my gosh, I got it. Oh, I got it. Oh my gosh. It's perfect for couples who love nature and want those once-in-a-lifetime moments. Trust me, there's something really special about standing on the deck with a hot cup of coffee or tea, bundled up while watching these massive creatures in their natural habitat. It's fantastic. Now let's talk excursions, because this is where Alaska cruises really stand out. We're not talking about your typical walking tours here. You can go dog sledding on glaciers. I mean, how cool is that? We did one where we boarded a smaller boat that docked right up against our ship and took us up really close to the glacier. This was on our second group cruise that we hosted. Now, many of our friends came out with us, and we still talk about this to this day. We watched the glacier crack and drank glacieritas, taking in the landscape, the crisp, cool air, and enjoying each other's company. And absolutely unforgettable, and it is 100% a true core memory. And there's something for everyone, whether you want a hardcore adventure, like hiking on the Mendenhall Glacier, or maybe something more relaxed, like taking a scenic train ride through the mountains. That's something that we've skipped the last 2 times that we've been to Alaska, but it is a lot of fun and people really enjoy it. For us, the whale watching experience was a highlight. We cruised out on a small boat into the icy waters and watched humpback whales bubble net feed.
Oh, wow! Did you see it close its mouth?
It felt surreal, like we were in this untouched part of the world that not many people get to see. And the best part, you can customize your experience. So if you're into nature and wildlife, there's whale watching and bear tours and scenic flights. Or if you're more about soaking up the local culture, you can visit the historic gold rush towns, taste fresh Alaskan seafood, and even explore some local art galleries. It's a perfect mix for couples who want that blend of adventure and relaxation. We spent some days going all out, hiking and exploring, and others just relaxing on board, enjoying the views from the comfort of the ship. So let's talk about life on board, because you're not just out in the wilderness all the time. Alaska cruises are known for having some of the most luxurious ships, and ours was no exception. So even though you're sailing through the rugged wilderness, the ship is a 5-star experience. Think hot tubs overlooking the glaciers. This was one of my favorite things. Incredible fine dining, and of course, cozy lounges with floor-to-ceiling windows where you can just sit back and watch the world go by. And let's also not forget the food, because fresh seafood is a given. But the variety of dining options on board means you can have anything from casual breakfasts to the more gourmet dinners, like a dinner at a chef's dinner. There's really something for everyone. The ships also have plenty of entertainment options, from live shows to educational talks about Alaska's wildlife and history. So whether you're relaxing or learning something new, there's always something to do. Okay, so let's be real for a second. The weather in Alaska can be unpredictable, and that's probably one thing that might be holding you back. You know, one day it's sunny and the next you're walking through misty rain. But honestly, we think that it adds to the charm of Alaska. It adds to that experience. And yeah, we came prepared with layers. And even though it was cold, the ship had plenty of cozy spots where you could warm up after a day of exploring. And honestly, there's something about just being all bundled up and seeing the mist roll over the mountains. It just kind of has like this peaceful feel. We also have to talk about budget, because Alaska cruises tend to be more expensive than the typical Caribbean or Mediterranean ones, especially when you factor in excursions like glacier hikes and dog sledding and helicopter tours. It gets up there. But for us, these extra costs are completely and totally worth it. This isn't just a cruise. It's an experience you can't replicate anywhere else. So if you're on the fence about the price, our advice is save up and just go for it. It's totally worth the splurge. And so after all that, here's our verdict. Is an Alaskan cruise worth it? Absolutely. For us, it's an unforgettable experience. It's the perfect mix of adventure and luxury, with the kind of scenery that makes you feel like you're seeing something truly special, straight out of a postcard. Whether you're a couple looking for a unique romantic getaway or you're adventure lovers wanting to explore the great outdoors, Alaska really does have something for everyone. And even though it's not your typical beach vacation, that's what makes it so special. It's one of those trips where you'll come back with stories that you'll be telling for years. I mean, look at us. We can't stop talking about when the next one is going to be.
This boat ride's a little bit chilly, so if you do this excursion, make sure you bring very warm clothes.
So we have had a pretty good day so far, and we've gotten to see a lot. But there's just one thing that I haven't gotten to do yet today while watching these amazing landscapes. It's a little warm. Hold on.
That last one was a little scary.
What?
Oh, it was.
So if you're thinking about an Alaskan cruise, our advice is simple, and that is just go for it. And if you have any questions or need tips on planning your own Alaskan adventure, you can drop us a comment below, or you can even work one-on-one with Taylor, as she is an experienced travel planner. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel tips and inspiration, and follow us on social media to see where we're headed next. And until then, happy travels.